Okay, guys, I wanted to share with you all a new product that I bought. So I bought a multi-process TIG stick welder by ArcCaptain. So it's a new product out by them that you can find it on Amazon. You can find it on the ArcCaptain website. It's called the TIG 205 Pro. So it's a DC only, not AC. So you can't do TIG aluminum with it. You need AC TIG for that. But carbon steel, stainless steel, and then anything you can stick weld with, you can stick with it. It's 205 amp, runs on 240 volt, and it also comes with a adapter, a pigtail adapter. So if you need to take it to a buddy's house or shop or whatever, and you need to plug into 110, you plug the 240 volt plug right there into the adapter, plug this into 110, and it goes to 140 amps. But I can tell you, it won't actually, not that it won't, your house. I have a 20 amp breaker. With 20 amp breaker, I cannot get to 140 amps TIG welding. I can get to about 110, 115 and go for a minute, minute and a half, and then I pop the breaker, have to reset it. But regardless, if you are doing thinner work, you're doing like lawnmower repair, bracket on a mower deck, whatever, something like that. You can take this with 110 and you can go to your buddy's house and do that. When you buy the ArcCaptain TIG 205 Pro, you're going to need to buy your argon tank. You're going to have to buy a regulator. It does not come with that. Now, ArcCaptain does offer the regulator. You'll have to go to a local gas supply shop and get your tank. You'll need to get a mask. ArcCaptain has masks. This is not theirs. This is mine. I recommend the new style true color viewers like this has. I like them a lot better than the old. I have an old expensive mask that it's like looking through the old night vision, like old military, like Gen 1 night vision with the like kind of like the green look to it. Whereas these are true color. They work a lot better. You can see a lot better. So this machine does stick and TIG, as I said. Now, right now I'm set up for stick. I'm set up at, let's see here, we're at 70 amps. I have 6010 wire, which is a great wire for a home user because 6010 is real forgiving for rust and contaminants in the metal, oil, grease, dirt, rust, whatever. So you'll need to buy yourself some 6010 wire. This is a 332. I also have a container of 532 thicker stuff there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try. I am not a stick welder. I'm better. I've been MIG welding for 20 years. Stick welding is very difficult for me. I tend to stick welding. Meaning that I hit the stick down and I tend to weld it right to the part that I'm trying to weld. But what I'm going to do for you is embarrass myself and try to run a bead with a stick welder so that you can see how this thing works. It has no problem stick welding. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it over and we'll set it up for TIG, and I'll TIG. I actually am better at TIG. I just yesterday opened this up and started messing with it. So my experience with TIG and stick is limited to yesterday. Me and my son down here for about an hour and a half, and then today I messed around a little bit before trying to make this video. So I'll go ahead and put my mask on. And we'll set ourselves up and see if we can't make sparks fly. Again, I am not good at this, so don't look at me and say, well, this is a horrible tutorial, because the tutorial, this is not. I'm just happy that I can get a stick welder working at all. So I'm going to take these plates here. It has auto fan. I don't know if you heard that. I actually hit the rod on the side of this. So I'm just going to set these right here, slightly overlapping, just make them square. Set it like that. So these are just some 1/8" carbon steel plates. I cut 1 inch wide on the bandsaw back there. So I have a bandsaw back here, so I can cut all my samples for practicing like this. So there, I got my pieces set up, and I'm going to go ahead and try, see what I can do. Arc welder is a import welder, no doubt. They're not out there trying to compete with, you know, Miller, Lincoln, Esau, you know, companies like that. It's a low cost welder. It's, MSRP is $349. I believe it's, $259 on sale right now today at Arc Welder. On Amazon, they have a $70 off, you know, click and save coupon on Amazon. So somewhere in the 260, 280 range, you could buy this right now. Right now, I'm thrilled with it because I have like a big production. It's a thermal arc fabricator 210, a big MIG. I've never had the capability to TIG. I've never had the capability to stick. For like, this thing is tiny. It weighs, I believe it weighs 13, 14 pounds. It comes in, it actually has a cover. It has a cover right here that you, there's my dog going nuts. So there's a cover right here that you can put on it and you can tuck all your leads in, everything goes in there. And that lets you just pick it up, carry it, and you can have all your stuff with you. But anyways, let's try to straight guard, not with that, with this. See if I can make this work for you. I hope so. There you go. Come on, baby. And that's what I'm good for. Sticking. Try to reset my bearings here again. Every once in a while, I almost get it right, huh? I'm getting started. Get a hot stick on us. I don't know how people do this. All right, I got some stick to melt. That's good, right? Okay, I don't claim to be good. So I'm gonna flip it over. We're gonna try again. Some hot metal. All right, so I'm gonna grab another stick. Let's see. I mean, I assume this is something that you get the hang of the more you do it, and hopefully, the more I do it, the better I get. Let's try again. What do you think? Can't do worse, can I? Come on, baby. Got any pointers? Give it to me. 'Cause this sucks. She's hot through light gloves. All right. So you saw it stick welds. I hate stick welding. I'm gonna stick to that. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna force myself. I am gonna learn it. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take and swap over to the TIG side. TIGging is so much easier. Let me tell you. I was afraid initially that TIG welding was gonna be like difficult. And so now we're gonna reverse or put a ground clamp up top. Take our TIG torch, put it on negative. So TIG goes negative. I put a little sticker here for myself. TIG torch negative, and carbon steel stinger positive. So just a little cheater to help myself, so I don't have to like think about it, at least initially. All right, so now we still have our ground right here, and our ground is on positive. We have our TIG torch right here. We have our piece of filler material. So this filler material is right here. This is ER70S, 330 seconds TIG filler rod. We use the same 1/8 inch carbon steel plate. A different one, but the same thing. Just set it up the same way. All right, so I'm going to TIG along here. But you'll see that TIGging is unbelievably easier to do with less fanfare. Now, what you have to do on the machine, let's bring it over here. So on the ArcCaptain display, you only have 3 buttons and a wheel on the 205 Pro, right? TIG 205 Pro. So mode, you have stick weld, which is where it's at now. You'll see this indication change. So there it went to 2T TIG. 2T TIG means TIG on, TIG off. You have a button on your TIG torch, comes mounted on there already when you buy it. TIG on, TIG off. Hit your mode again, 4T TIG. TIG on, TIG off. Call that cruise control. You're doing a long weld, TIG on, you can sit there and TIG all the way till you're done, TIG off, and you're done. Now, in TIG, I'm going to go back to 2T TIG. No, by the way, it also has cold TIG. I don't know what it is or how to use it, so I'm not going to mess with that yet. So I'm just going to go to 2T standard on, off. And then under functions, you have your down slope. Hit function again. You have your post flow for your gas. Hit it again, it goes back to amps adjust. Okay, amps adjust, just roll your wheel. So what the downslope is when you TIG on, and let's say you set your downslope for 3, which is what I'm going to make sure it's set on. When you go TIG off, it's going to pull the amperage back over 3 seconds. Okay, and then your post flow is your argon gas. When you let go and it burns down the amperage on that ramp down at the end, what it's going to do, I'm going to set a 5-second post flow gas, so that it's going to ramp down the amperage, shut off, and have 2 more seconds of gas flowing. I'll hold the torch there to keep the weld covered with argon. Okay, so by doing that, right there, okay, you see the 3, that's the downslope. You see the 5, that's your post flow. Now we're back to amps, and we're going to bring this down to about 70. 70? That should be fine. And we'll go down to 65. Okay, so we're going to go down 65 amps. TIG mode, 2T, 3 seconds of downslope, 5 seconds of post flow for gas. That way our argon will continue to cover the part. Okay, you don't have to use a ton of filler, unlike MIG. MIG, your filler wire is constantly coming at you. You're short circuiting your filler wire. So with a TIG, you essentially puddle the parent metal and you just dab a little bit of filler in as needed. So there's not a lot of filler metal required to do this, because a lot of the parent metal becomes the puddle, and all you're doing is making sure that you're not going negative. You want to keep it somewhat positive with filler metal, so you don't need a crazy amount. Okay. Now, this is a high frequency start. High frequency start means you don't touch the part. So they have drag starts. The older cheap TIG machines, you had to touch the part and lift. It was like a lift arc. This, you don't touch the part. You get near the part, you hit the button, sort of like a plasma machine, and it'll throw the arc and get the TIG started. And then you just maintain your control with your hand, not touching the part. You don't want to contaminate the tip by touching your carbon steel part. All right, here we go. And why are we not getting it on? Oh, right off the bat. That's up. Okay, there we go. All right, you hear that? I don't know if you heard that sound, that whistling sound. Because I touched the part in arc, I messed up the tip already, which is fine. So here's an interesting thing about TIG. It's kind of nice, okay? So with a TIG machine, you have your, here, this is a consumable for you, right? You have this tungsten tip. This tungsten tip, you can go sharpen and use it down. You see how long it is, right? You can use it down until it's so short that you can't get it to lock into the column. You can actually break it in half to make it short. And on your torches, they have different lengths, shorter ones of these, so that you can get into a tighter space by breaking your piece of tungsten. So what I'm going to do is walk away. I'll cut the video here. You'll see a cut here. Okay. So I just went back to the bench grinder and I resharpened this. Now I'm hoping that you can see this. And what you do is your bench grinder is running this way at you, right? And you want to put this as the wheel's running towards you, and you want to spin it and get approximately 30-degree angle on it. You don't go sideways on your stone. That creates sideways scratches in the tungsten, which will mess up your arc. You want all your scratches this way on the tungsten. So I recreated that 30-degree. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and slide the tungsten back in. You get one piece of tungsten when you buy the ArcCaptain. So you will need to buy additional tungsten as you consume it. Now I'm still on the first piece with, you know, a couple days of playing here, and I have a ton left, so I can keep sharpening this a lot. But at some point I'll have to swap to a new one. Now you want your tungsten sticking out about a 1/4 inch. Of your cup. So this is your ceramic cup right here. That's a little bit back too far. I'm going to bring it. Well, you know what? I'll leave it like that. So they say 1/8 to a 1/4. Let me see here if I can get close to you here. All right. So here, hopefully you can see. So you're looking for 1/8 to a 1/4. That's probably 1/8. I mean, I could pull it out a hair bit if I want. Not a big deal. Pull out a hair, tighten that. There you go. Now, can you see that? So now I got plenty sticking out there. Hopefully not too much that I stick it in the metal again. Put my glove on. I'm trying to show you how easy TIGging is, and then the first thing I do is I screw up and I touch my tungsten, huh? But it shouldn't make that hissing sound. It should be almost silent. Like the way this works is if this thing's sharp and clean, and everything's going as it should, the arc is like oddly silent. Okay. So you want your torch to be pointing into your joint, and you want your filler material coming in almost 90 degrees from it, and your filler material is touching the puddle, not touching the tip of this at all, right? You don't ever want to contaminate this with the filler material, with nothing. But this is just trying to show you how easy this works. Something isn't right. I'm trying to figure out what. I don't know if you're hearing that sound, but I turned my gas off. Oh, I turned my gas off. You know what? Shouldn't make sound, and it is. So I know something's not right. Okay. So you just saw me doing another mistake, saving my gas. And you can see holes in the weld, everything was not working right. And the fire was going out. There we go. Hear how quiet now? How smooth that arc is? Look at that. Need more power. Downslope and gas flow. Okay, so 65 amps, I'm not able to heat it up enough. Let's go to 75, see what that does. 76, same thing. Well, it's starting to burn my fingers, so I jerked. Okay, so that was working well. I could have used more amperage yet. So what I'm going to show you here is my too slow of movement, too low of amperage. Because of how slow I had to move, getting kind of undercut because I was just working it over and over again. But so there's the TIG weld. Okay, still red. You can see she's hotter than hell. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna flip it on this side, and we're gonna bring the amperage up, and we're gonna try it again. See if I can't grab a new piece of filler. What do you think? Lap joint, 1/8 inch. What are we at here? We're at 75. Still 95. Let's just see what happens. Nothing bad can happen. I mean, it's scrap metal and we're learning. But this welder is really nice. It like very affordably gives you ability that you probably don't have already. There we go, 95 amps. Well, one thing I have not learned how to do is feed the metal while welding. Okay. Lifted. Go to the flow of gas. Come to the end. Did better on the second half than the first half. The first half, I'll show you here. I was not getting. So the first half, I was not getting down into this toe as well. The second half did better. But for TIG welding, for somebody that has 10 minutes worth of experience TIG welding, I think it's easier than I thought. I was really afraid of TIG welding. And I'm telling you, I think that, you know, given a little bit of time and learning the amperage, where I want to be, all that kind of stuff, I think this ArcCaptain, the TIG 205 Pro, this really, for under $300 right now, getting this welder and being able to bring it home, plug into 110 or 240, being able to stick weld, TIG weld, and I mean, trust me, we're all starters. We're all new at some point. We all have to learn something. This is like new for me. You'll learn, I'll learn. It's a good machine. And just to let you know, I did order, pre-order a Yes Welder dual pulse DC MIG TIG stick. I should have sometime mid-November. So I'll be doing a video on that. There's actually, that one has a bunch of videos on YouTube. This ArcCaptain, this TIG 205 Pro just came out, and there are, I can't find any videos on it out there on YouTube. So I'm going to get this one up there, show you what the machine is, what it does, what you could do, and hopefully you could learn and get better than me, because I'm a like farm level professional MIG welder, and I am an absolute infant TIG welder and stick welder. But that's going to change. I'm going to get better. I'm going to learn how to do it. And if you have any pointers for me on stick welding, my God, I will take it, because that stick welding, that just sucks. I do not like it. I don't understand it. I just like that, and it's stuck. I tried dragging, I tried tapping, I tried doing different things. And when it works, I don't know why it worked. Like when I do get it to work, it seems like once you get that hot puddle, once you get the hot puddle, I can come back in and restart it and all that. But when you're cold starting a stick weld, I don't know why sometimes it magically works and why so many other times it just does not work for me. So help me out. Like, come into the comments, tell me what the hell I'm doing wrong, what I could do better. I don't know, should I just crank the shit out of the amperage when you're stick welding? I'm not sure. I don't know what to do. But the TIG stick, cool stuff, cheap, 2-year warranty. ArcCaptain.com, Amazon.com. You have a couple different ways to buy it. It is an import welder. It is not trying to be what it is not. It's not trying to fight Miller or any of those companies, but it's a great little welder at a really good price. I'm going to say right now, probably in its class for a dual purpose TIG stick at the price of $259, This is the best cheap welder you're gonna probably buy today. This thing just hit the market, just came out, has post flow, has your ramp down amperage, comes with everything you need except for your consumables and your pressure gauge, to adjust your CFM for your argon. So it's like an all-inclusive package. They sell real nice kits that have all your TIG consumables, all your tips you saw me taking apart in here, to pull the tungsten, all that stuff they have available in I don't know, I think $15 plastic little tackle box type things. Very inexpensive to keep it running. Hey, go check it out. ArcCaptain, TIG 205 Pro. Thanks, guys.